I don't know if you can tell, but this office is freezing. Apparently it's supposed to snow today. The heating is not working in here. In any case, we are going to talk about things that will hopefully keep you warm and toasty this holiday season. Yeah, we're going to talk about the new holiday collection that just came out this week. Hey there, thank you so much for being here. My name is Felicia from SweetGeorgia, and this is Taking Back Friday. This is a space where we come every Friday and we're talking about knitting and spinning and weaving and dyeing. I like to talk a lot about the fiber arts and about how important it is to make time to make things. Now, today we're going to talk about the holiday collection that we come out with every winter at SweetGeorgia. And usually the point of this little collection has been to create quick and easy little gifts that you can make if you're gonna make any last minute gifts for friends or family, if you're gonna make like a little cozy little holiday project for yourself. That's what this sort of mini collection has been about. We have two bigger collections. We have like a fall collection every year and a spring collection. And the holiday collection is just kind of like a taste of something nice and sparkly and fun during the holiday season. So this year for the holiday collection, Tabitha Hedrick, our design director, she pulled together a little mini palette, like a mini color palette of about 4 colors that she wanted to really center and focus and work with for all of these projects. And this color palette was inspired by frosted berries. So if you can imagine very crisp red, deep red berries, and then like a frost, like very pale, icy blue colors, and then moving into other kinds of shades of blue and things like that. So that's where all of these pieces have sort of come from, with that inspiration for frosted berries. So I'm going to share with you, as we always do, I'm going to show you all the garments and show you all the pieces, because sometimes it's nice to see them in photographs, but it's also nice to see how they look and how they drape in the full shape and size of all of these projects. So the first one that I want to share with you is the one that was on the cover of the lookbook or the pattern collection, and that is this one. It's called Seward. It's designed by Tabitha Hedrick, and this is just knit in 2 skeins of Cash Luxe Spark. So it's a sparkly version of our cashmere fingering weight blend. So you can see it's just 2 colors. One of the colors is silver, the gray color, and then the other color is candy apple. Maybe you can see the sparkle. A tiny little bit. So you can see this should be a very simple knit, because you start basically at this little top edge, and then you increase in the middle and at the sides, and then it becomes your beautiful slinky top-down shawl. So it's actually quite big, and so this is how much you can get out of just 2 skeins of fingering weight yarn. So you can see it's quite drapey and quite big. So you could attach it with a little shawl pin here. That would work really nicely. The second shawl that we have is actually a crocheted shawl. So this one is designed by Charlotte. You can see this is what it looks like. This is out of one of my absolute favorite yarns. This is out of the mohair silk DK yarn. So like we talked about, I think last week, it has some merino in it. It has some mohair in it. It's very, very fine mohair, and has some silk in it. And when it's all blended together, it makes for a very shiny and glossy and smooth yarn. The mohair that is in this mohair silk DK is not fuzzy at all. It's just very glossy and lovely. So you can see this colorway is actually called Velvet Elvis. This is one of our newer colors, deep and dark. It's really, really lovely. This is 3 skeins of the mohair silk DK in Velvet Elvis. And yeah, I think that the work is just so lovely. Charlotte's designed a number of very beautiful crochet patterns, just really inspiring. This one is actually quite inspiring. So you could wear it like that, or like that. It's actually quite dressy if you have a dressy place to go this holiday season. Now, the next project was also designed by Tabitha, and it is a hat and mitt set. This hat and mitt set is out of Superwash DK. There's a mitt, and then this is the matching hat that goes with it. And all of this is out of Superwash DK in the Watershed colorway. Yeah, so there's just a tiny little bit of texture that's on this hat here that's mimicked here in the mitts as well. Really lovely and easy, and it can keep your hands warm. I might actually wear these the rest of the day in this room because it's freezing in here. So it's just 2 skeins of the Superwash DK makes both the mitts and the hat. Now, the last project I want to share with you is one that I gave you sort of the sneak peek of last week, and that is this one. So this is the scarf that I wove, and you can see how drapey it is, but it is out of that yarn that we used to call bulletproof sock and now is called mohair silk sock, and it is just slinky and drapey. It's just beautiful, makes a beautiful fabric, and hopefully you can see up close. This is basically a houndstooth pattern, but I made it into a little bit of a shaded houndstooth. So it's basically 6 ends of a dark color and then 6 ends of a light color. And in that lighter color, I have an even lighter color. So there's actually 3 colors. There's a dark color, which is the velvet Elvis, same color as this shawl. And then the middle color, the mid-tone color, is Watershed, which is the same color as this. And then the lightest color is the silver, which is the same color from here. So this is how all of the collection is sort of coordinated. They all kind of work together. And this is actually a really, really easy project to weave. If you are wanting to work on a 4-shaft project for one of the first times, this is really, really lovely. It's basically 2/2 twill, so 2/2 twill. And it just, the way that you arrange the colors in the warp and then how you do the stripes, how you weave the stripes in the weft is how this entire pattern is produced. And so this is something that I'm going to go more in depth into because I am making this one and I've made another houndstooth scarf. This is not in the holiday collection, but this is kind of a sneak preview of another houndstooth project that is coming in the next handwoven color workshop that I'm doing. So yeah, that will be out as soon as I can record it. But this one, again, right now is just fringe, and I have to do the twisted fringe, so this will take a while until it's completely finished. Oh yeah, I did this end. I did a couple from this end. So you can see some twisted fringe happening here. So these 4 projects here, 4 or 5 if you count mitts and hats being separate, but these 4 projects here are the little capsule collection that is the holiday collection for Sweet Georgia this year. So, you know, looking back at this project here, it's got these little narrow stripes in the shawl and everything. And so one of the things that we have shown before on tutorials is how we just carry up the yarn and carry up the unused yarn up the side of your work as you're knitting. And so that produces quite like a nice smooth edge here. There's not like, yeah, we're not cutting and then adding the color in again. So narrow stripes in knitted stuff, we're just carrying it up the side. Now, I did also record a quick little tutorial about how I carry up my unused yarn on a project like this. So with weaving, you're doing these little narrow stripes. In some cases, I'm doing 2 picks of one color, 4 picks of another color, 6 picks of another color. And so it would take a lot of time and effort to like cut each time you have to change the colors. It would cause all sorts of buildup on one side or 2 sides of your scarf. It would make it look really untidy. And so what I did was I carried up the unused colors, 2 unused colors. I carried them up the side and opposite sides. And yeah, I put together a little tutorial showing you how I go about doing that because it's handy to know. Like if you want to just throw the shuttle back and forth and enjoy that time, that's wonderful. But if you want to weave a project where you have all of these short little bursts of color in the weft, then you have to change colors very frequently. So then the decision has to be made, do I cut the yarn in between each time or do I carry it up the side? So that is it for this holiday collection. If you like any of the pieces from here, what we're doing right now is we have a little promotion on the patterns. So you can use the coupon code SGYHoliday15 and you'll be able to get 15% off any of the patterns here in this little collection. Any of these patterns, 15% off either in Ravelry or in our online store. And that code is only available until the end of November 17th. So if you're interested at all in any of these patterns, please do feel free to check those out. Now, one last thing is that the hand woven pattern here called Triple Check, this is not available on Ravelry because Ravelry does not have a weaving pattern option. And so you'll find this one on our website at SweetGeorgiaYarns.com. So just before I leave, I do want to share with you the cowl that I am wearing. And this is the 5x5 cowl that I had started knitting up earlier this year. I did a little mini workshop about the 5x5 cowl, and you can find that on the School of Sweet Georgia as well. I knit a different version, but this is the one that I've mixed and blended colors from my stash. And there's a little bit of sparkly yarn in there. There's a little bit of silk mist and strawberry tea. There's a little bit of lichen, a little bit of chili chocolate chili, and it's all in here and it's keeping me warm. This is the only thing that's warm in here. It's just my neck. Everything else is cold. So that is basically it for this week. Now, just one little announcement is that tomorrow, your time, Saturday, November 14th, we are actually going to be moving our studio. All the stuff from the old studio is all coming here to the new studio on the 14th. And so that means that starting the week of November 16th, we are going to be operating out of our new studio space. So that means that if you order anything for sort of click and collect or come and pick up sort of orders, you'll have to come to our brand new studio. We will still be setting up. It will be a little bit crazy for a little bit, but you can definitely come down and pick up your orders with us. Yeah, so starting next week, we're all gonna be here in this brand new studio here. So very, very excited about that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please wish us luck on the big move. I hope to share some news with you guys about that in the coming weeks. But yeah, hope you guys like the new holiday collection. Hope you guys have a little bit of time to just spend on yourself. Make yourself a beautiful shawl and enjoy some time just knitting on your own. If you like this episode, please do hit like, and if you would like to see more content like this, please do hit subscribe. We come here every Friday and we talk about color and craft and yarn and things that make us happy. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you in the next one. All right, bye for now.